All right, y'all. Y'all know that I believe in sharing positive energy and I believe in sharing knowledge and allowing people to make decisions for themselves. I don't like people to be limited with their choices. And piggybacking on the weekend that I had, I was celebrating my bro Sheila. I'm sorry, TJ. And I was invited to an event called Conversations and Cocktails about entertainment with my girl Dana Sasha Loves D. Some of y'all know her as Uzi. Her and Angela, TKO Tiffany, were the two of the moderators, and there were a lot of questions that were asked. And it was just amazing. First of all, we started off with what was it self care meant, and we gave a lot of synonyms for each letter of self care. And the energy was amazing. The vibe was amazing. There was so much love. But one of the questions that was asked was, what are the pros and cons of social media? And one of the cons, I would say, I didn't, sometimes you get excited in the moment, and I didn't think of this at the time. But I just want to share one of the cons of social media is that people, and it was addressed, it was spoken of, but not in this way. One of the cons of social media is that people really, some people really don't know you as a person. They don't know who you are, what your story is, where you're coming from. That's why check-ins are so important. And like, sometimes people can read stuff and want to just rush to comment, and it's so out of context they have no idea, the scenario, whatever, and it starts unnecessary energy or arguments or stuff like that. And one of the things I have to say, I'm bringing this back around to me. One of the things I have to say for myself, if you know me, whether it's since from elementary school on up, or if you met me as an adult, if you spend some real time with me, I'm intentional about operating from places of peace and honesty and love and trust. That's who I am. And part of it is knowing people's backgrounds. As y'all see from some of my pictures with my family, my blood family, I was raised in love. My voice was always heard. I never had to fight for attention. So I'm used to attention, and not even like, it's just normal for me. So it's not like, oh my God, I crave it, this and the other. But what I recognize, everybody's journey is different, and everybody didn't have a voice. Everybody didn't, or their voice was not heard or respected or honored. And so I share my stories with folk so they can understand that they're not alone, and that there are different ways of dealing with certain situations. But going back to the topic, one of the cons of social media is that some people are just so quick. Again, they talked about this, these online, these screen bullies, behind the keyboard bullies. But people don't understand the nuance of who you are, who your friends are, who your audience is. And I was telling a young lady said she keeps getting censored, and I said she might want to look into checking her settings, her privacy settings, because folk who don't know you will report you and this and that other, and get you blocked and banned, and they have no idea what you're talking about. You see all this other stuff going on, you be like, how am I blocked and banned and this stuff is going on? But yeah, so I said all that to say, sometimes whether you know the person or not, sometimes just take a pause. You don't have to comment on everything. Get some insight. And for those who, what you meant and what you posted, stop arguing with folk, especially folk that don't know you. You can, now there's a time for education, each one teach one, but when you know somebody just out the gate just wants to disagree and argue and be that person, you don't have to respond, and you can always exercise your right to delete and block. And I say this all the time. My page is not a democracy. I delete garbage. I delete garbage comments. I block folk. And then there's sometimes when there's a disagreement, but it's a healthy dialogue. And so I leave it up there so people can read and get an understanding from each side. I don't want people to just agree with me. No, if what I'm saying is truthful, agree with the truth. because I'm always on the side of truth. That's what I'm on the side. Like if I'm your friend and you and your partner, who I don't know, I know through you, had a situation and y'all come to me for advice, I'm not siding with you because you're my friend. I'm siding on the side of truth. So stop arguing with folk who I won't even say don't matter, but they don't matter because y'all don't know each other like that. And whether y'all meet each other like that, once y'all meet each other, I guess know each other. Anyway, I'm rambling, but people say it's just social media, and I get that for some